it came more so like a father figure type stuff, like the coaches in the gym. That's why I'm still with Calvin now, because he's more so like a father. So that's what made me like draw me into boxing.
Worst trainers than Bill Haney. Tank responded, "No, they're not. They just in it for the wrong reason now."
Was the fact that there's so many paid snitches in his camp. It was replete with family members and other people who, whenever they got a piece of information about Gervonta Davis, would try to go out and give that information to somebody else in exchange for money.
Gervonta Davis is considering retiring from boxing because the aggressive mindset required by the sport negatively affects his personal life, leading him to make bad decisions and lose control. He wants to leave boxing to improve himself as a person, not just for financial reasons.
Your profession would be if you didn't box?
A veterinarian.
Really? Why? Why a
I
veterinarian?
like animals. I don't like snakes, but I like, other than snake, I like animals.
Damn, so what happens if you was a vet and it was a sick snake that came?
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd be like, sorry, he gotta die.
Yeah. But I definitely like animals. I like animals. I definitely like monkeys and stuff like that. I follow a lot of on my pages. I follow like a lot of.
Gervonta Davis realized his exceptional talent and future in boxing after winning his first belt, especially since this victory occurred away from home in Kansas City.
And when did you realize, like, yo, I got something special? Like, I'm not average at this. Like, I'm gifted.
Like when I got my first belt, that's when I can go away, and I actually went all the way to Kansas City and won a belt there. So I was like, yeah.
Boxing analyst Fannin stated that Gervonta Davis is a very private person who dislikes information about his fights or career plans being leaked. Davis would get upset when this happened, leading him to block people and instruct his trainers, Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford. As a result, his trainers avoided speaking to the media for an extended period to maintain Davis's privacy. Fannin emphasized that Davis preferred to keep all discussions about his career private and within his inner circle, having shut down any external conversations years ago.
Looking up at the internet, seeing what's being said about him, hearing this information coming out about himself and saying, man, where is this coming from? Originally, and this was a couple years ago, I remember when Gervonta started getting upset with it and he started blocking people and getting mad about stuff. And he started telling Kenny and Calvin, that basically not to be announcing things, not to say things about who he's going to fight next or what he's going to do next, because Gervonta started getting irritated about that. I also know that Calvin Ford stopped talking to the media for a long period of time. Kenny Ellis stopped talking to the media about Gervonta in that way because they were appeasing Gervonta and Gervonta's desire to have that information kept in-house, right? So to the extent that they were having conversations that Gervonta Davis didn't want to have, they had nipped that in the bud several years ago.
Fannin explained that information was continuously leaked because people close to Gervonta Davis, including family and gym insiders, were selling private details about his plans to social media pages. These pages paid for the information, causing Davis to lose trust in those around him. Even though he tried to stop the leaks, they continued because the leakers were being paid well.
However, what happened is you have family members and other members in the gym that have connections with people that have Twitter pages, connections with people that have YouTube pages, and they continued, the people with the Twitter pages and the YouTube pages continue to pay these people money for inside information about Gervonta, and he got very distrustful.
After parting ways with longtime trainer Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis has officially begun training with Jose Benavidez Sr, a highly respected coach with a proven track record of developing champions. Benavidez Sr has guided his sons, David and Jose Jr, to the highest levels of the sport, and his reputation for sharpening elite talent is well known. This move represents a major shift for Davis, signaling a new chapter in his career as he looks to refine his skills and extend his dominance. Training under Benavidez Sr also brings a fresh perspective and a different approach that could help Tank adapt to the evolving challenges in the division. With a trainer who knows what it takes to build championship-level fighters, Davis appears ready to make a statement in his next chapter.
It's said that Gervonta Tank Davis is now, as you see here, he's going to be working with well-renowned trainer Jose Benavidez Sr, the father and trainer and manager to top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world, 3-division champion, superstar boxer who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, the Mexican Ecuadorian monster, David Benavidez, and the blue chip prospect who was well on his way to superstardom before injuries derailed his career, in Jose Benavidez Jr., whom you may see in the movie Creed, Fort Terrence Crawford, Fort Jamal Charlo. So, Jose Benavidez Jr.
Thomas Cornflake Lamanna offered a measured take on Gervonta Davis's new partnership with Jose Benavidez Sr., admitting he's uncertain whether it's the right fit from a technical standpoint. He acknowledged that a fighter and trainer need to have chemistry, but stopped short of endorsing the move. Lamanna kept his response cautious, suggesting it could work, but the success of the pairing will ultimately depend on how well they connect inside the gym.
I also saw on social media today, I think on Mo Boxing or Mo, whatever it's called, that he's going to train with Jose Benavidez.
Yeah. Is that a good fit from a boxing standpoint? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's like...
No? I mean,
First impression, that's your first impression, right? Could be wrong.
I don't... By the way, so, okay, how do I say it? It's a thing where a fighter and a trainer...
Gervonta Davis's split from Calvin Ford might have been caused by disagreements or Ford's reluctance to get involved in certain behind-the-scenes matters. He believes that if Davis was going to make a change, Jose Benavidez Sr. is not the right replacement.
Now, unless they had some weird... maybe they split... maybe Calvin didn't like what he was hearing, what was going on, and maybe personally he didn't want to be involved with it. I don't know. I'm speculating crazy, so let me just, I want to dead all that. I damn sure don't think Jose Benavidez is a good fit. If you're going to switch, man, you go to the Robert Garcia.
Sean Porter and the panel also weighed in on the news that Jose Benavidez Sr. is now training Gervonta Davis, raising questions about how the pairing would work. Porter suggested that Benavidez's experience with aggressive, hard-nosed fighters like his son David could be a comfortable fit for Tank. The panel also pointed out that Benavidez's transient lifestyle might actually suit Davis's unpredictable schedule. They acknowledged that the chemistry between them would be key to making the partnership successful. Ultimately, the panel seemed open to the idea but stopped short of fully endorsing it.
But can Jose Benavidez coach a co-main event and a main event?
What happens when that happens?
Jose training Tank.
Jose training Tank. That's the rumor. How y'all feel about that? How does that work? I'm not sure if that's a great matchup.
I feel like there's some comfort there.
Is that what it is?
I feel like that's what it is. I feel like there's some
They
comfort
both
there.
killers.
He's down in Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Miami, yeah.
It's Washington.
Yeah, he's between
Seattle, Washington, Florida, Arizona, Vegas.
He be everywhere.
Yeah. Which might match the lifestyle of Gervonta Davis, you know.
Yeah. Surprising to see it. I think but I feel like he's comfortable with Jose. And just telling y'all what I know, sometimes that's all it takes. Whatever's gonna get this light flip up, turned on, and keep it on, sometimes it's comfort.
Showbiz weighed in on the growing social media war involving Gervonta Davis, noting that things always get ugly when Tank gets involved. He pointed to the back and forth with Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis, highlighting the tension between them over weight class disagreements. Showbiz mentioned that Shakur mocked Keyshawn for avoiding a scale check, while Keyshawn took shots at Tank's personal legal issues. Bill Haney also jumped in, echoing those same criticisms. According to Showbiz, the situation has turned into a full-blown war room of insults and call-outs.
Be honest, Gervonta Tank Davis, when he start getting involved with all, it start getting ugly. All the stuff that he's been saying, going back and forth with Shakur Stevenson, and then with Debo, implying that we can meet right now and shoot the fair one. And Debo coming with sense, like, hey, brother, it's fathers. I'm chilling with my baby. It's like, man. But Shakur Stevenson and Debo going back and forth. You got Shakur Stevenson talking about, listen, you didn't do the scales check. What happened? Debo's like, hey, I don't have to do that. Agreeing to 144, that isn't enough? And Shakur's laugh like, yeah, because you know how big you are, Debo. Pause. And then you have Debo going after Gervonta, talking about how, you know, the only fade he's running is with women pretty much and all that shit, referring to what's going on with him outside of boxing, all those allegations. His father, Bill Haney, jumped into it and echoing these things. Hell, Bill Haney, he even had words for me. Yeah, that's right, the Biz in the war room.
Gervonta Davis stated that Shakur Stevenson is among a small group of fighters he considers, but a match between them is unlikely soon due to their differing positions in the sport. Davis dismissed Stevenson's video challenge as a possible setup by Floyd Mayweather, not Stevenson's genuine initiative. He also criticized Stevenson's career achievements, particularly his power, defense, and technique.
You got the internet excited when you say, yo, 6-7 more fights and I'm naming names. One of the guys, obviously, you and Shakur got into it on Twitter. You was like, you wanted them 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
For sure?
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
Do you pick like what order is in, or you just like whenever it happens, it happens?
whenever, because you know he on a different side. So him saying let's fight, he know that we ain't fighting right now.
Oh, because of the opposite side.
Right, because it's his people. He know that. He just, even him, Floyd making him do that video.
Yeah.
He made that video and Floyd sent it. I mean, he sent it to Floyd.
You think that was a Floyd joint?
He made the video and sent it to Floyd.
Oh, so Floyd
and
posted
it.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know that, come on, bro, it's a lot.
Nah, for sure. Do you think that's gonna be your hardest fight?
Hell no.
Nah?
Wow.
Cause he a good boxer, nigga. Like that's when I look at y'all two as the best in the division.
How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
Right,
his power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
You don't think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around. He don't got no technique. And his offense is the same thing. Go look at his fights.
So you
I
feel
probably
like
put him on game.
Yeah. Hold on, but you feel like it's easy work though. You like.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I touched him with 16-ounce gloves on. And he ran. Imagine if I hit him with 8 ounce. The guy is here too.
Who? What guy?
The one that
was there?
No, the one that he sparred.
Oh,
I mean the one that he fought.
Oh, Edwin. Yeah, you seen him. Yeah, I seen Edwin. Yeah, I saw Edwin in here.
Moving towards Tank Davis' fight perspective, he claimed that Shakur Stevenson was afraid to spar with him and had to be forced into the ring. Davis also said that Stevenson's claim of stopping someone during that sparring session was false, and that Stevenson avoided him once the sparring became more intense.
What was that to you, like that moment in sparring?
What, when I spar him?
Yeah, because he said you didn't hurt him and nothing like that.
He was scared to even get in the ring with me. And he talked about he stopped somebody before me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one of my guys. No, he didn't. No, he did touch him up, but he didn't stop him. He didn't stop him. He's a liar.
Yeah.
And he was scared to get in the ring that night.
Yeah.
I mean, that day. So we had to force him in the ring. I already sparred. We had to force him in the ring. He caught me with a shot because I was already like aggressive trying to get on him, so he caught me with a shot.
Was you hurt though? Was you like?
Hell no. I jumped on him. Like you know what I mean? I jumped on him. He was grabbing me from there. We ain't want no smoke from there.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people online, they, you know.
Matter of fact, take that back. I wound up catching.
Max Kellerman and Mike Coppinger debated whether Gervonta Davis would actually fight Floyd Schofield, landing on opposite sides of the argument. Kellerman believes Tank's carefully managed career will lead him to avoid the risk, while Coppinger thinks Davis's loyalty to his WBA title could force him to either fight or vacate. Coppinger argued that Tank values the belt too much to simply give it up. Ultimately, the decision may come down to whether Davis is willing to risk his record or part with the championship.
Against Tank?
It's a really interesting fight because, again,
I don't think that fight happens, by the way.
I don't either.
I don't think Tank wants Schofield.
Why would he?
If you're Tank, we're talking about in the last segment how careful they've been with his career. You want to jump in with a young, hungry, undefeated contender with talent?
That's fair, Max, but I will say is that Tank has shown an affinity for the titles, for whatever that's worth. He has shown an affinity for them. He's been with the WBA and aligned with them for a long time now. So either he's going to fight him or give up the title, I think. And look, I want to see the fight. I do like that fight. Schofield's athletic. He can punch. We saw what Roach did, who's another athletic fighter, against Gervonta.
Gervonta has held belts in multiple divisions. And I want to be very clear for the people who are a little slower catching on. But the implicit premise that I have when I say he's held belts but he's never been a champion is that those belts you consider legitimate championships, and I do not, for good reason. which I won't get into here, but you can, we'll do it another time. He's never beaten the man in the division, Tank. He's never proven that he's actually the boss of the division, the champion of the division, except economically, because he has a big following, right?
He does.
But he has never.
Furthermore, Max Kellerman drew a powerful comparison between a potential Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis matchup and the legendary rivalries that have defined boxing: Ali versus Frazier, Mayweather versus Pacquiao, Leonard versus Hagler. He noted that a few years ago, the fight seemed destined for that level, but Davis never appeared fully committed to making it happen. Since then, Stevenson has only continued to build his resume and raise his profile. In Kellerman's view, Shakur now represents an even bigger reward for the risk than he did before. The question remains whether Tank will finally step up and seize the opportunity.
I think in an era when the dust settles, Ali is in this corner, Frazier's in that corner. They're in the winner's bracket. Mayweather's in this corner, Pacquiao's in this corner. Sugar Ray Leonard's in this corner, Marvin Hagler's in that corner. That's a real super fight.
Right.
A couple years ago, the sense people had is that the winner's bracket fight was going to be Shakur versus Tank Davis. Tank never seemed particularly interested in making it happen. But since then, Shakur has ascended and now would seem to offer Tank a bigger reward for the risk than used to be the case. Shakur Tank. Is that still the biggest of all the possibilities in and around this weight class? Or has it been supplanted by Shakur and Devin?
Great point. You're right that Shakur has really elevated himself to a point that Tank would probably consider it, especially after the way Tank struggled against Roach. But I still think the biggest fight in this neighborhood is unquestionably the rematch between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. We can't forget that. That fight is the biggest business generator. The first fight was excellent. It has the controversy.
I don't just mean biggest business generator, because Ryan, because he has 10 million plus social media followers, is capable of generating enormous revenue without it necessarily being considered by boxing heads the biggest fight.
They won't.
You tell me there's a bigger fight than Haney-Garcia rematch?
Okay, Haney-Garcia here's the thought experiment. Haney-Garcia rematch is starting.
Gervonta Davis is navigating a new chapter in his career, balancing personal growth, a new trainer, and the constant call-outs from rivals like Shakur Stevenson. While the noise around him grows louder, Tank remains focused on his own path, whether that means fighting the biggest names or walking away from the sport entirely. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe. We'll keep you updated on every move these fighters make next.